Let us have a look at the major happenings around the globe this week. Elon Musk has reinstated the Twitter accounts of several journalists after they were suspended on the platform following a controversy after publishing public data about the billionaire's plane. The unprecedented suspensions caused a wave of criticism from government officials, advocacy groups and journalism organizations, with some saying it was jeopardizing press freedom. On Friday, pressure on Peru's government increased as 2 cabinet members resigned following deadly protests that have caused chaos in the country since former President Pedro Castillo's removal from office and arrest last week. Education Minister Patricia Correa and Culture Minister Jair Perez announced their resignations on Twitter, citing the deaths of individuals during the unrest. On Friday, Peru's Congress also rejected a proposed constitutional reform that would have brought presidential elections forward to December 2023, which is one of the key demands of the protesters. Officials said that Russian forces launched at least 60 missile strikes across Ukraine on Friday, reporting explosions in at least 4 cities. At least 2 people were killed when a residential building was hit in central Ukraine, while electricity and water services were interrupted in the 2 largest cities, Kyiv and Kharkiv. Thousands rushed to subway stations to seek shelter deep underground. Thudding blasts and gunfire from air defense systems echoed across the country as authorities on social media reported explosions and missile strikes in Kyiv and southeastern Zaporizhzhia. Japan has said that it would begin a once unthinkable $320 billion military buildup that would arm it with missiles capable of striking China and ready it for a sustained conflict as regional tensions and Russia's Ukraine invasion stoke war fears. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's government worries that Russia has set a precedent that will encourage China to attack Taiwan, threatening nearby Japanese islands, disrupting supplies of advanced semiconductors, and putting a potential stranglehold on sea lanes that supply Middle East oil. Nurses in England, Wales and Northern Ireland have begun the biggest strike in their union's history after the Health Secretary refused to discuss pay in talks intended to avert the action. It means up to 100,000 nurses walked out on 15 December with a further day of strike action planned on Tuesday, that is 20th December. Staff have continued to provide life-preserving and some urgent care, but routine surgery and other planned treatment was likely to be disrupted. The Royal College of Nursing said that staff had been given no choice after ministers refused to reopen pay talks. Union members have campaigned for a pay rise of 5% above RPI inflation, which would currently mean an increase of 19%. However, the UK government said that the RCN's 19% pay rise demand was unaffordable. On Tuesday, New Zealand passed into law a unique plan to phase out tobacco smoking by imposing a lifetime ban on young people buying cigarettes. The law states that tobacco can't ever be sold to anybody born on or after January 1st of 2009. It means the minimum age for buying cigarettes will keep on going up. In theory, somebody trying to buy a pack of cigarettes 50 years from now would need ID to show that they were at least 60 years old. But health authorities hope smoking will fade away well before then. They have a stated goal of making New Zealand smoke-free by 2025. The new law also reduces the number of retailers allowed to sell tobacco from about 6,000 to 600 and decreased the amount of nicotine allowed in tobacco that is smoked. An Ariane rocket will lift the Meteosat 12 weather satellite into the sky to watch over the European continent, the Middle East and Africa. It is the first spacecraft in a new multi-billion euro observing system. Arguably this year's most important European space launch, it replaces technology now more than 20 years old. Europe has had its own meteorological spacecraft sitting high above the planet since 1977. The new imager that went up on Tuesday is the 3rd generation in the series. An explosion and gunfire rocked Kabul after armed gunmen attacked a hotel housing some foreigners in Afghanistan's capital, 2 Taliban sources said on Monday. A powerful explosion was heard after the gunfire by residents of the Shahre-Naw area where the building is located. The district is home to the Kabul Longan Hotel, a multi-story complex popular with Chinese business people who are visiting Afghanistan in increasing numbers since the Taliban's return.